What's up, YouTube? It's Jelbishi One Take here, back with another video. This league, 3.7 Legion, I made a Juggernaut character that I thought was fun and wanted to make a video on, so here I am. I'm going to talk to you about maybe 30 seconds about the character, and then do a lab run, and then after the lab run, when I'm looking at the loot and helmet enchant, I'll maybe go over it a bit more. So, TLDR, 91 Juggernaut. Here's the quick skill tree, Flash Reno with some reduced mana reservation nodes. Triple mod Watcher's Eye. I'm using all these auras, Vitality, Purity of Elements, and Pride. It's important to look at the physical damage from hits taken as cold while affected by Purity of Elements here. I'll cover that more in a second. The rest of the tree is basically generic two-hand Impale, right? Physical Impale. I'm using a Disfavor 6-linked with a totem in here. Where is it at? War Chief. Main link, 6-link Cyclone with Impale. Both these are Impale setups. Yeah, 3 auras, like I said, 7 league steps, nothing else is really important. Basically, what you need to see here is the weapon swap setup I'm using. I swap from a Disfavor to a Essence Crafted Scepter that spawns 3 minions when you have it equipped. And when I weapon swap again, those minions die, and I take physical damage because of the Heartbound loop. Now, I mentioned a second ago, the Purity of Elements is making me take cold damage. So that's why I'm getting chilled. I amplify the chill effect with the Oxium belt. It basically makes it so I chill myself like incredibly effectively. So instead of it being like a 1% chill or a 0% chill, it's always going to be 28 or 30, depending on if I have this Taste of Hate up or some other situational things. And then finally, the Winter Weave Ring reduces. Sorry, my bad again. It reverses the effect of chill on me. Okay, so it's a positive 30% action speed increase instead of a negative. You can see my character's slowing up and speeding down, whether or not I have this chill buff. It becomes even more obvious when I have more movement speed. Anyways, the movement speed, while I'm buffed up, I'm going to be running at about 268%. If I kill stuff and get Onslaught, I'll be over 400% in terms of effective movement speed. Now, I'll do a quick run here, maybe talk a little bit more about the character as I go. I'll be a Flask down, it's fine. So you just kind of, cruise along. You could just smash your weapon swap as frequently as possible, not a big deal. Got a little gate here. And there you go. This is it, this is the character. We're going to run low on Flask charges, so it's good to, spin to win every now and then. Get a couple more. Cruise on over to Argus. I'm not going to use my Lion's Roar here. I don't like the knockback too much on it. I'll just use it for a Zaro. Then we squeak into this next room. I know that there's a shortcut in here, so I'll try to navigate there. It's right here. Smoke Mine, detonate, pop the Quicksilver, weapon swap, and then we're pretty much at full speed. The downside to this character, as opposed to, I don't know, let's say a Pathfinder, is that I actually have to kill for my flasks. The upside, however, is that basically unkillable in the lab. So it's a trade-off. You can see I'm kind of just leap slamming sometimes when I get close to the exit because I feel like it's a little better than wasting a Quicksilver flask. Again, I'm a Juggernaut. I don't have infinite flask sustain. So this character is it's not designed to be the fastest. It's not designed to be the most efficient. I made it because I found these boots for a good price, and I was like, well, I got some cool 7 league steps, might as well build around it. And here we are. Decided to come up with a meme build that works pretty well. I'll try to take a hit here. Let me just get my endurance charges up. That's another cool thing, by the way. If you weapon swap, you take damage, and because you're a Juggernaut, you'll get your endurance charges before the fight. So I could just start with 8. All I got to do is proc Fortify with my Cyclone, and then it's that easy. Boss just dies. I'm in 0 risk at all. I have 4,300 life. I've done it with less on this character. It's just that you're so tanky with all these endurance charges. You have so much regen, with the Vitality aura. We're converting some of the fizz damage we take even more to cold. And our resistances are pretty high, 77, 76, 76. So we're not taking a whole lot of damage. We're definitely mitigating a huge amount, right? And on top of that, Character's pretty zippy. I'm a little bit spaced out here trying to talk and, you know, recall some important bits, just so I can tell you guys about it. But if you focus on doing a good run on this character, it's pretty quick. No joke. I've actually I've tried racing on it on several occasions, and I beat quite a few Pathfinders. A surprisingly large amount, actually. But that's neither here nor there. Nobody's really going to build this character. Nobody's going to play this character for real. It's just for fun, you know. I made it my goal this league to kind of carry as many people as I can through lab, just because I've done so many other things, you know. I wanted to switch it up, see if I could be helpful for somebody else. And so the first character I made was an Impale champion this league. Liked it quite a bit. Decided to make my next character Impale as well. And here we are. Like I said, I got these 7 league steps for a good price. I was eyeballing gear for a Pathfinder, and yeah, it just ended up that I got good gear for a Jugg instead. And decided that, well, it's finally time to make the dream come true, you know? Let's build the fastest Juggernaut possible. Oh, hang on, let me get the map open. I think I only did like 1 run so far, so bear with me here. I don't know exactly where I'm going. Bit of a ghetto run, guys. Bit of a ghetto run. Hopefully what I'm saying is more helpful than what you're seeing. Bit rusty here, boys. Bit rusty. I'll link the path of building in the description below. Although, you know, it might just be interesting for you to check out and not necessarily build yourself. Because it's a bit of an expensive character. You know, it's got a 6-link disfavor. And it still doesn't do that much damage. So it's a bit of an expensive meme. That's all. It's good. It's worth it. I would say it's justified for how much it costs. Probably, I think I've spent like 35 exalts so far. But this is what we do when we're bored with the game, boys. When you've been playing since 2012, you got to keep yourself entertained somehow, right? So here's our loots. This character does full key runs, absolutely 0 issues whatsoever. You saw it there. I'm pretty much never going to die. 8 endurance charges, tons of mitigation. I don't even really use my flasks too often. Okay, there's the character, there's the run. I think I pretty much covered everything. You can see all my skills here. The weapon swap makes the character function. There's a way to automate this, and this is why my inventory is the way it is. I'll show you very quickly in this big open room where there's nothing in the way. So originally, my first idea was to drop melee fizz and drop infused channeling and do cast while channeling summon skeletons. And here's the cool interaction here. Once you have 5 skeletons, any additional skeleton you summon is going to be killed immediately. So my original idea was to cyclone through the lab and proc the chill this way, so it's up all the time. It looks good, it doesn't work as well. The benefit to this is you can seamlessly, you know, kill stuff and get your flask charges. Downside is that your skeletons die to traps and everything else, so you're not often at 5 stacks in killing, so it's not as consistent as it looks. Okay, the rest of the gear in my inventory is this. Boom, belt, ring, neck, we go flask, and we go flask. Now here's what this does. This takes off the reverse chill setup. Weapon swapping no longer does anything. We gain about 1,000 HP, and the character becomes Uber Elder viable or anything else in the game viable pretty much. It still has all those 8 endurance charges. It's got enough mitigation to deal with everything despite having only 5.2k life. You feel me? So this flask is curse immunity and obviously Quicksilver. Next one, silver flask for Onslaught all the time, despite me having, you know, the slaughter node for Onslaught on kill. I feel like this flask is decent. It's you know, it's decent sustain in maps, not necessarily anywhere else, but in maps it's a good flask. Taste of Hate, super defensive flask. Gives a bit of damage, but more than anything, you want this for the mitigation. Lion's Roar is fairly similar. You get a ton of armor. You get a ton of more melee fizz. So when this flask is active, and let's say your Molten Shell procs on a level 20 cast when damage taken, you're going to get a huge effective shield based on that large amount of armor you have. Okay, so there's not really a whole lot else to talk about. On the gear, it's just, you know, fizz. I got some int here, resist where needed. I'm way overcapped on resistances, and furthermore, if you have endurance charges, your resistances go way up anyways. So that's something to take into consideration. Alright, that's it. That's the run. That's the character. I've been recording for too long already. That's 10 minutes. I wanted to make it a short video if possible. I couldn't. I'm sorry. Path of building down below. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded more recently. Bye.